Welcome to episode 4 of Mandy Plays Pokemon Black version 2. In the last episode I had a battle with my rival here on the Velocity Ranch, and he just went running off after a Herdier. I guess that's one of these guys right here. So we're gonna go find it. He went this way. I guess he's not really looking for it, so I'm going to see what I can find. So I started going this way and he ran off ahead. There's a Pokemon trainer back here, perhaps. So I'm challenged by Janitor Orville. He's got two Pokemon. First one is a Lillipup, level 6. So he's one level higher than my my Pokemon here. I'm going to use Scratch. So this is one that I hadn't run into yet, except I believe in the tutorial when I was first being taught how to use a Pokeball. I believe the tutorial person had this type of Pokemon. So I'm down to 6 HP. I'm going to go ahead and switch out to my Patrat. Kind of surprised that I didn't end up with a doubles battle, because my rival and I were going along. I kind of expected we might have a doubles battle. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this guy off. He's almost done. He has maybe 5% health. And then we'll see what his next Pokemon is. I should hit the next level on my Purloin. So level 6. My speed keeps going up, getting ahead of everything else, and I learned Assist. So this is one I actually had heard of before. Janitor Orville is going to send out Mareep, which is a lightning sheep Pokemon. I'm going to keep Peter out there. It's asking me if I want to switch before he sends out his Pokemon. So level 6 Mareep. I'm going to go ahead and use Leer. Lower its defense, since it's a little higher level than me, one higher, and I only have 12 HP. So it's using Thunder Wave. If I remember correctly, that paralyzes. So I'm paralyzed now. That has a chance of canceling out a move that I use. So that could be a problem, but I'm going to go ahead and try to keep going with Peter. His health's low enough now that I'm going to go ahead and switch him out. I'll bring out my starter, Sev, my Snivy. So I'm going to use Vine Whip. I can't remember if I should look these things up. But okay, so that's not very effective or weak against him. So one of the things about Mareep is that when you attack it, it has, I think it's called static. So attacking it can paralyze you without it actually having to do anything. It's like a latent effect. But I'm doing pretty good damage with my Snivy here, so I'm going to keep going with that. And we should knock him out pretty fast. Although, my team is kind of hurting. Seb is okay, but my other two are hurting. So Peter got to level 6, and I think Min is level 6 as well. Peter's stats are still really even across the board. Defense, special attack, and speed are a little higher, but he's pretty even. And he just learned Bite. So Bite is a nice move. It has a chance of causing your opponent to flinch, which means they'll lose a move. So that's one that I like using. Also does pretty good damage. Before I wander too far out, I'm actually just going to go back and heal my Pokemon. Because it seems like the trainers and like when I had my rival battle and then that trainer, they all have Pokemon that are a little bit higher than mine, so I want to make sure I'm prepared when I go out there. My rival just stopped here. He says, wow, this ranch is really big. Okay. So we're still looking. Here he comes. So he's going to share something with me. He gives me a paralyze heal. Paralyze heal. I guess that's how you say it. So anyway, that would have come in handy for my last fight. He's saying Pokemon don't usually wander off on their own, so that is a little unusual, I suppose. This looks like it's just heading back, but we can go through this way. That trainer's going to attack me. My rival's still back over there. So what do we have here? Youngster Kenny. He's got 2 Pokemon. The first one is a Patrat, which we've seen before a couple times. His is level 6, and my first 2 Pokemon are level 6 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and keep Min out here. And I'm going to use Growl. Since we're about the same level, or, you know, when I was fighting higher level Pokemon, it is good to use the stat lowering moves, because it gives you a little bit of an edge. So the move he tried to use, I think, was Bite, and it said it wasn't very effective. I think Bite is a dark-based move, so I haven't checked, but that might mean that my Purloin is dark-based. That would make sense, because there are a lot of the purplish Pokemon that look kind of like that are dark-based, so I'll have to check into that. But that definitely will be good. Good to know that since there are a lot of Purloins and Patrats around, using Bite on a Purloin is not an effective strategy. So I'm still pretty high on HP, and he's down to about 10%. Should knock him out pretty fast. And then he has another Pokemon. We'll have to see. He did knock my health down a bit at the end there. I just hit level 7, so that's very cool. 2 special attack that time, so it looks like the high stats for Purloin are special attack and speed. And he's sending out a Psyduck, one of the original 150, water and psychic based. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out, I think I'll bring out my starter, because my starter is grass based. So since the Psyduck is water-based, Vine Whip should be pretty good against him. And even though I want to keep my team balanced, it wouldn't be bad to get my Snivy to level 9, which, I don't know, I might not be able to get quite to level 9 on this one. But yeah, that was very effective. Knocked him out pretty fast. Okay. So 92 experience. I did hit level 9. My speed's still my highest stat for Snivy. But fairly balanced, although I'm surprised that he has low special attack. So seems like he's going to be really fast and maybe would be better with physical type moves. So there's a lot of grass back here. I don't see any wandering Pokemon, but there's an item here. So I got an X attack. that's a useful item to have. For those that don't know, if you are in a battle, you can use an X attack, or they have different versions, you know, X defense, X special attack, so on and so forth. And you use it during the battle. It's a one-time use item that increases that stat. So anyway, it doesn't look like the Herdier is over there. We've got some Mareeps wandering around out here on the ranch. My rival doesn't appear to be following me this way, so perhaps this is the wrong direction. But I found a trainer out here. I like to fight all the trainers. Like, I've seen some people that play and avoid trainers, try to, you know, get by while they're not looking. But I actually really enjoy the trainer battles. You get money for them, you get good XP. I think they're one of the more entertaining parts of the game. So we've got Purloin versus Purloin here. Mine's at about half health, but it is a level higher. I'm going to go ahead and pull mine out so that it doesn't get too low on HP, and I'm going to pull out my my Pat Rat. Okay. She used Scratch. I'm going to keep in mind what I learned just a little while ago, that Bite, a dark-based move, is not strong against Purloin. It's not very effective. So I'm going to use Tackle. So I'm going to have to look at what Assist does. That's not what I'm familiar with, and I thought that you had to have a doubles battle going. Meaning I thought you had to have two Pokemon out for that to do something. I'm familiar with moves like that, but it looks like it's doing something different in this game. So I will need to read the description on that one, or just give it a try later. Because somehow it made her Purloin do String Shot, which is a move that I would usually associate with a bug Pokemon. So maybe she has another Pokemon on her bench that's a bug Pokemon and it's letting her use that move. I'm not sure, but she's lowering my speed, but I've knocked her out, so it's okay. Let's see. I'm really curious if she has a bug Pokemon that she's gonna pull out now. So Sewaddle. I'm gonna keep using my Pat Rat. Yeah, that looks like a bug Pokemon. Bug Grass, perhaps. So I'm going to go ahead and use Bite. Didn't seem to do very much damage. It seems like this Pokemon might have really high defense. I'm going to use Leer. We're the same level, but it seems like it's going to keep lowering my speed and other stats. That's what a lot of bug Pokemon will do. So I'll have to watch out for that. I may need to switch my Pokemon if my stats get too low. Yeah, Bite is not doing much against this particular Pokemon, so I'm going to go with Tackle, see if that's more effective against him. My HP is down to 7, so I'm going to go ahead and switch. I'm going to switch to, I think I'll switch to Sev, just be on the safe side. After this battle, I'm going to go ahead and talk to the rancher's wife, get my HP back up. Curious if this is a grass-based Pokemon, so I'm going to use Vine Whip. I'm not familiar with this, but it seems like it is. Bug Pokemon can be really annoying to fight against because they have all those stat lowering moves, and then they usually have pretty high defense. But they're not really high in attack in the immediate sense. They have good damage over time. So anyway, I knocked out the Sewaddle, and Peter's now level 7. Defeated Last Molly. Okay. So I got $96, and I'm gonna head back over here. I'm not sure where this Herdier might be hiding, but I'm going to go ahead and get my HP back. Okay, so my rival is still up here. I'm going to go see if he has anything to say. Let me see, I guess he's back this way. It seemed like he wanted to go in this direction. He's saying it might be involved in some trouble, but this looked like a dead end to me. So, I'm not sure which way I need to talk to this guy. I'm saying I might find some items. Huh. I am not seeing the Herdier anywhere. Let's see if I talk to the rancher again. He's just saying it's strange for it to wander off. Now I did see there was an item in there, so I'll go get that. Let's see what kind of wild Pokemon we have on the ranch. Well, here we have a bird Pokemon. I hadn't run into a bird Pokemon yet. This one's called Pidove. It's a female, level 7. I'm going to use Assist, just because I'm really curious about that move. And I used Leer. I'm not sure, because that's one of my own moves. I don't think that either of my Pokemon on the bench have that. Either way, I want to go ahead and try to catch this, since I don't have one yet, and having a bird Pokemon would be very helpful. So it has Gust. It seems a lot like Pidgey from the original 150. And it has a different coloration, looks, you know, like a pigeon. But definitely would like to have it on my team. So I'm pushing it down pretty slowly, being careful. Actually, my own HP is getting a little low. I'm going to switch to my Pat Rat and slowly push its health down a little more. So I'm using, I'm going to go ahead and throw the Pokeball after this because it's at really low HP. Tackled a good amount of damage to it. So, we'll see if I can catch it. Okay, cool. So I added Pidove to my team. Let me see if I can think of a name for it. I think I'm just going to stick with the default name. Can't really think of any names for it right now. So, no nickname. Okay. Well, since that pushed my Pokemon's HP down, I'm gonna... Oh, I forgot about the item. Go back and get the item. And then I'm gonna restore my health. Oh, here we go. Another new Pokemon for me. This one is Lillipup. It's level 7 female. Now my HP is already pretty low over here. I'm going to change to Sev, but I'm going to have to be really careful because I'll be a couple levels higher. And I don't want to kill it. This episode's already getting kind of long, so I'm going to go ahead and end this after I try to catch Lillipup. And we will start back with me trying to find Herdier with my rival. So Lillipup is going down pretty fast. I'm going to use one more tackle. Okay, so it's low enough now. I'm going to throw a Pokeball on the next move. Okay, so I caught Lillipup. I'm going to nickname my Lillipup. Going to name it... Oops. I'm going to name it Snuffles. Okay, so in the next episode I will continue looking for Herdier with my rival. Catch you guys next time.